Biggadeteacha, you like the place. How old are you there? Makube that? And the little general that? Alright, you don't need no long intro. Just play that one and teach them who not learn, beat them.
Yes, sir. Good night, good night. Good morning, Cape Town. Let me introduce to you Maveriq Mavo, all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome to Vibbess Entertainment. My host is DJ Biggadeteacha. I want to bless up the whole of South Africa. Yes, I rest in peace. One of the great reggae artists, Lucky Dube. Yes, I. And Maveriq is carrying on the mantle. Another reggae superstar out of Cape Town. If you don't know him, check, listen. Mixcloud, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook give me a little problem. You could go on this platform and listen. Yes, I. Welcome to Vibbess Entertainment, sir. Yes, I. Introduce yourself.
Where do you want me to start?
Okay. The first question. Let the world who don't know you know your name.
Okay, my name is Maveriq Mavo, all the way from South Africa, the south part of South Africa, the very last south part of South Africa, which is Cape Town.
Yes, sir, Cape Town.
Yeah, Cape Town, the last tip of Africa.
The last and the sweetest part of Africa, the natural we all the natural, fresh, organic air come from those things, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know the one there.
That is where the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean meet.
Yes, sir. I understand. Yes, because that's a great, what's what I say, a great thing that the Almighty Lord and Savior has provided for mankind, so that mankind could sit back and relax and watch over two oceans come together. You know?
Yes. So we know the cold side as well as the warm side.
Yes. So, the next question I would ask is, how do you got your name?
Okay, my birth name is Mavo, as Mavo, which is figuratively it means stories in English, but it's from my mother tongue, which is Xhosa. Xhosa is the second biggest official language after isiZulu here in South Africa.
Okay.
So Maveriq is a name that came from a combination of Mavo and Eric. I used to play with a guitarist called Eric. So we combined the two names together.
So that's where you come out to it's a powerful, real powerful name. That's the reason why I ask, because it's uncommon. You know? You won't hear a lot of people with those type of name, and the word Mavo carries a power. You know what I mean? I use it, the M is a man, you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yes, sir. So that's one of the reasons why, you know what I mean, I asked you how you come up with the name. And my second question is like, can you tell me about yourself?
Okay. Before I tell you about myself, in English, the name Maverick, it means something that is beyond this world. But now my Maverick ends with a Q, not with a CK. So these are stories that are beyond this world. Combination of the two, Maveriq Mavo.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know about me? I'm a reggae artist from South Africa. I sing in my mother tongue, Xhosa, as I explained how big is Xhosa in South Africa, second language after isiZulu. Not that I cannot speak English, not that I can't sing in English, but it's just that my ancestors, they are giving me these songs in my mother tongue. So when I translate them into English, that means now I'm losing the flavor of the language. Each language is having a flavor, a certain flavor. There are certain clicks that you cannot translate into any other language. The minute you translate them, then you are losing the blend of the language. So I don't want to be punished by my ancestors by trying to translate what is untranslatable. So I also am a bassist. I do play bass. From school, I studied music via jazz. So as a bassist, then I played for various bands and all. And then I produced my own music myself with my co-producer Ricky Bushula, whom I used to work with. He's a keyboard player whom I used to work with back then, you know, early 90s, somewhere there. So up until this day, I'm still working with him. I'm also an actor. I act in a human trafficking series called Kataga. So you get my music there. The music is featured there. I have 4 albums, by the way. One was released in 2006, my solo album, my first solo album, after playing for various bands as a backing vocalist as well as a bass guitarist. And then 2006, I ventured into a solo. And then my first album was called Ikubu, a mixture of reggae and jazz. And then 2010, half African, half reggae. So it was consisting of 10 songs. So 5 were reggae and then 5 were African. But you can tell that this is someone who grew up listening to roots. I grew up listening to your Burning Spear, your culture and all. So my surroundings are in reggae. I grew up during the apartheid time in South Africa. So where reggae was prohibited. And yet reggae was the kind of music that was conscientizing us, making us aware that, hey, brothers, you are in oppression. This is not good. So that's why the system was banning it. So your culture, your Banuela, your Sly and Robbie, that's me. Your Linton Quincy Johnson, that is me. So I grew up along those lines in reggae. So in whatever that I do, I can't run away from that. I'm a roots person. So yeah, and then at 2020, I took a 10-year break from music from 2010 until 2020. Then I came back with strictly as 100% reggae. That was my third album called Amavo, that means Stories, A Journey with Azania. That means a journey with South Africa. And then after that, 2022, then I did Owa Mutiko. That is the album, The Color of My Creator is simply that of my skin. That's what it means. And then 23, Mambo Free, Mambo Fresh, Swahili song. Last year, Lendish, the one I did after my trip from Malawi. I can talk the whole day, so you better ask.
No, I'm listening, yeah, because I listen to your songs and you're very passionate of your music. So when I listen to the drum and the bass within your music, I know where it came from. You know what I mean? And like you said, you cannot go against your ancestors. And I was going to ask you a question: if at any time would you be willing to translate some of those music into English so that some of the people who don't understand your language could understand what are you singing about?
Yes, I can translate them into English, but not word for word. So my translation will be about the gist of the song, what the song is about. Okay, like I said, the, the in my language, which is Xhosa, my mother tongue, there are sounds that you cannot translate into English at all. They don't have an English translation. So, like for instance, if I talk about the latest song, Lendish, that means the dish. Ne? So my explanation for that song will be: picture a scenario where you are a parent, you are not working, and then you are sourcing food for your children. So the minute you have food, sometimes you get food, sometimes you do not have food to bring to these children. But the minute you bring food to these children and when they are sitting in front of this dish eating, and then you are pleased. That will be the meaning of the song. You see?
Okay.
Yeah, instead of
Okay.
going word for word, it won't make sense. It won't be proper.
I understand. I understand your passion, and I understand what you're saying. Because how is your the people in the part of Cape Town, how they react to your musical journey?
Uh, it is making them to forget that this is reggae, because most artists, they do reggae in English or patois, right? Uh, I understand English, I understand patois there and there, but don't make me speak patois, because I won't respond in patois. I will respond in proper English. And if I don't understand you, I will tell you I do not understand you. And so you will be surprised if I tell you that most people who support my music are people who do not understand English.
Um, it wouldn't surprise
Outside
me.
of yourself.
It wouldn't surprise me because what happened? Luton Fire, right? Went to Indonesia. Indonesia don't know English, but he sings in
Okay.
patois, and they know all the songs because the people do that. Listen to your song, they take the time and they feel the vibes and they listen, and then you got
Mhm,
videos that tells the story. So the
mhm.
videos help them to understand what you are singing about. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I,
Okay.
so
So now here in South Africa, those who understand the language, so now this music goes beyond Rastafari, because the majority of people that are supporting, that are following reggae, are Rastas, okay, which is a given fact. Ne? But now that I'm using Xhosa, my mother tongue, I have a following from people who are not Rastas, solely because they understand the language. That is why it's making them to forget that this is reggae. So I'm pulling them from their genres to reggae.
positive.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and so within your the Cape Town where you come from,
Mhm.
how often? What about the airplay on the radios and this thing? Do you have a lot of? You got a lot of airplay with your music?
I'll simply tell you about today. Okay, okay. It's yesterday my time, ne, which was Saturday. Ne. I was played three songs from three different radio stations at different times.
Congratulations, congratulations, man.
At different times. So airplay, I don't struggle with airplay. Not I don't remember one weekend passing by without one or two of my songs being played. I'll tell you one typical example. When the album called Amavo Ejeni Azania was released, that album was played in 28 different stations globally one day. See, not only in South Africa, but globally.
Global, yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So airplay, I don't see myself, oh, this music is not struggling with airplay, I will say. Okay. In South Africa, there are national radio stations that eliminated reggae shows. Ne? So they no longer have reggae shows. Ne? But this music, they play it, even though they're not having reggae shows. They play it in between your popular music and all. And then I get a shock when someone calls me, "Did you hear your song being played?" I go, "Okay." You know why? It's because of the language.
And it's organic. That's why. It's you smart.
Yeah,
It's organic.
yeah,
It's roots. Yeah, it's roots. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, airplay, I'm fine. I'm very much fine.
So, what about Do you tour? You have your own band or anything?
I used to play in a band, but now when I was playing bass, ne, so now I do not have a band, ne, but I work with Azania Band. Azania Band is a renowned backing band, reggae band that shares the stage with with the likes of your Benning Spear. They performed for the Cedric Congo. Yeah. So I use them because I grew up with them. We understand each other in terms of roots. They play roots, so they feel me. At times, I don't have to explain what's supposed to be done. They just gel into it. So when they are available, I use them. When they are not available, and then I select some artists who also understand me from another province, which is KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. So I'm using people from Cape Town, which is Azania Band, and then KwaZulu-Natal, other members who also play reggae, who also play roots. So when I'm going to perform, I use them. Then if I go to tour, I simply just go alone and organize a band there. So I will arrive maybe a week or 2 weeks before and thoroughly rehearse with the people there. That's what I did when I was in Tanzania, when I was in Zanzibar for the Zanzibar Reggae Festival. I did the same last year when I was in Malawi for 2 festivals. Yeah, I played with Tough Lions International Reggae Band, the band that backed. What's his name? What's his name? It's me again, Lord. When I kneel down my
Oh,
knees.
Luciana, Luciano,
Yeah, Luciano.
Lucia,
Yeah. So so
Luciana.
so they backed Luciano.
Yeah,
So I played with them when I was in Malawi. So yeah, it's all about budget. If the budget was enough, I could have taken guys from South Africa to these places. You know, but then I just touch the budget. Okay, if the budget won't work, then I just go alone and just be there a week or 2 weeks in advance. Because I know these people that I'm going to be playing with, one, they won't be understanding the language. So I will have to explain in this part, you have to do this. But since I'm also a musician, then it's kind of easier to explain.
So, what's the Cape Town population?
Cape Town is a mixture of us Africans, and then there's whites, and then there's what they term colored. Colored is a mixed breed between blacks and whites. You know,
So,
but
and
majority-wise, I will say whites are the lesser. So it will be colored, then blacks, then whites.
the reason why I asked the question is because I'm looking at the breakdown into cities and village, right? And
Mhm.
so, do you have a lot of small gigs in those neighborhoods?
Not really, not really, not really. Mostly gigs are in Joburg, Johannesburg, not where I'm at. I'm in another province.
Yeah, I know
So
Johannesburg.
mostly gigs are in Joburg. So if I perform frequently, that means I'll have to go to Joburg. And what I'm avoiding, ne, is backtracks. When you perform with the backtrack, I don't have that freedom. So I rather stay home instead of getting out of my home to go to Joburg to perform with the backtrack. You know, Roots needs a band
All the time. All the
all
time.
the
All
all
the
the
time.
time.
I always
So
always love a
I can
live
go to
band.
Joburg if I have to just to perform one song. Ne? If it's one song, then I'll just sacrifice that one song straight with the backtrack, nothing else. But if it's going to be more than that, I will need a band.
Band. I love live bands. I don't like Petrex. I love live bands. You know what I'm saying? The live bands give you always give you a vibes and give you a energy. You know what I mean? You always
Yeah,
you
I,
just
I,
want
I think the
you,
dancehall people they good in backtracks. I think it's their thing. But when it comes to roots, roots is a band, man. It works well with a band.
so all those artists you tell me about, you listen to Bonnie Wheeler, Bob Marley, um, Culture, Warren Spear, and all. So,
Yeah.
is there any one of them that you really like sit down and listen to? Like, really listen to one of them that you really idolize or got a vision of how they used to perform and do their work?
As an artist myself, when I listen, man, it's either I'm attracted to your music by the instrumentation side of things, or I'm attracted by the way you sing, or I'm attracted by the message you pass to the audience. So, lyric wise, I will take Winston Rodney, Benning Spear. Brass wise, I'll also take him, but I will also add him with Bunny Wailer, the brass section. Okay, so rhythm wise, I will take Sly and Robbie. I will take Leroy Horsemouth. You know, so that's how I. That's how I.
Lyra sort of bad drummer, bad drummer, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
or Nelson Miller. That's how I view them. You
Another
know,
another another good bass player is Flabber and
yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah.
uh,
From
and
Roots
Derek
Radics.
and Derek Barnett. You know Derek Barnett used to play in the Sagittarius band. A bad bass
Yes,
player there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And another band that I like most, another backing band, yeah, that I like most is the band that what Indignation band, the band that is backing for Lila Ike.
Oh yeah. Lila Ike. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's band no come. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Roots Radics.
You got a,
Yeah,
you got a,
so
you got a, you got another good band that used to back when the great Philip Fattes was alive. I don't know if you've heard Philip Fattes from Exterminator label. He used to manage Luciana Sizzla. Them we got a band named the Firehouse Band. Right?
okay. Hmm.
Firehouse Band, the leader is drummer George. He just play the drums. So that is a
Okay.
very good band too. Very top band, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's not easy to answer your question with one answer. It's a mixture of
Of everything.
different.
Everything with it, yeah. So
Yeah.
so with reggae music in the part of Cape Town, um, first thing I gotta tell you, thanks very much for staying up this hour because I know it's 2 in the morning and I respect that. Thanks very much for coming on Vibes Entertainment at that hour in your tongue. That will show how much passion you get about your music and the respect you get for yourself. I really appreciate that. Okay, so the next question I'm asking is the the reggae music, right? In
Mm.
in in Johannesburg right? When you go there to perform, how do the people there react to the reggae music in that part of South Africa?
Uh, you know, my take is Joburg is more of dancehall compared to
Okay.
roots. Yeah, I'm not saying there are not roots bands, ne? But they more of dancehall. So I'm not sure what I'm doing right, but I would say it's by luck. If it's luck, or it's the way it's supposed to be, you know. When I go to any place, whether it's Joburg, ne, people they just love the music, even if it's their first time hearing it. It's like they've been listening to it for ages. In a sense that when I sing, ne, I it's like there are voices that are singing with me, knowing the song, ne? And yet when I'm looking at the audience, it's really the audience singing with me, of which as if they've been knowing the songs. That's why I'm saying the support that I have from from the different provincial and community radio stations that are still playing reggae, it's so overwhelming. So
Jobless.
yeah. That, and I have a saying that says, "Soldiers don't sleep," you know. So this time for me is not a problem. It's absolutely not a problem. I work with people internationally. So if you say whatever time, then it's fine. I'm there. No problem.
You see, and that's a very good spirit, and I respect you for that because when you're doing music and you could make time at this time of the hour, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because you never know who is listening and watching. You know what I'm
Precisely.
saying? And
Yeah.
that's the thing with catch promoters and advertisers because you're very serious with your music and serious with your time and your presence. When the time comes, you make sure you're present to communicate with whosoever you're interacting with. You
Yes.
understand?
Yes. Yeah. This is business, brother man. Ne? So if I'm not, if I won't take it serious, that means I won't be able to put food on the table. This is not a hobby. This is my life we're talking about, you know. Each and every day I wake up with a melody. If it's not a melody, it's a chorus. So I have to record that, you know. So my people, they are not giving me this song. They are not pouring me these songs just for the fun of it. They need me to do something with these songs. So I have to obey and listen.
And you get your vocal capacity is really powerful. You get great vocals, and you say that you mix your own music. It's top and it's excellent because I listen to each and every verse and I listen to the mix and everything is so right. You know what I mean? So congratulations on that because when you look now, it's just like Shatta Wally from Ghana. Shatta Wally makes his own music. He do everything by himself. You know what I mean? And it's very few artists in the world. The next artist that do this is a dancehall artist. You get Busy Signal do it. DeMarco do it. What is other guy named? They vice and mix and do this thing themselves. You know, it's a gift. You know.
Yeah, and also it's when you compose a song, ne, my understanding is composing and listening to the song are two different things. Ne? But when you listen to the song, that means you are living inside, you are in it, as in deep, very deep inside the song, you know. So then you are able to tell, okay, this is supposed to be sounding like this, you know. Yeah, and also try your best not to over spice it. Too much spice messes the whole menu.
Yes, and your music is highly spiritual, you know what I mean? It's organic, you know? This is Maveriq Mavo, all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. He's up 2 o'clock in the morning. Vibes Entertainment Live, 7 starts, 7 is here. You know what I mean? If you're just tuning in and you're listening, reggae superstar all the way from Cape Town. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up listening to Lucky Dube. Right? What a talented artist that gone too soon. You know what I mean? And his daughter is carrying the legacy of our father. So do you listen to Lucky Dube back in the early growing up, listening to his music?
Yes. I guess my mother saw me in a very early age that I will end up a reggae artist because because when I was, you know, during the apartheid times, we the young ones, we have to be taken from Cape Town to the rural side, running away from the white people, and be safe there for schooling. So my mother bought me a Lucky Dube cassette and posted it to me, to the Eastern Cape. Yeah. Even though I was already, in the roots, the people I mentioned, I'll always start with P.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then I was like fascinated by his music. Yeah, I have a couple of songs of him that I like. But to be honest, the most part that I like about him is to watch him live compared to listen to him, to his music.
He could perform. He could have performed
Yeah,
because
yeah, I can watch any live of him. I prefer him live. It just fascinates me. And I also love the way his music developed. Because if you notice his early albums, there were no brass. I'm in love with brass. If you listen to my song, brass is there.
Brass
Brass
is
is
right there.
Yeah. So there were no brass, but the minute as he grew up, his music, then brass is there.
Start develop, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So big up to him. And apparently the backing band as well now, his backing band, is Nkule Dube was still pushing the machine. So his backing band now is reliving. They sing his songs. So they touring. Since the
They're touring all the time. They tour, yeah. That's why you sing. That's why you always have to sing. Take your time and make good music. Good music lasts forever. You know what I mean? And,
Exactly.
and I call it permanent crop. It's not a cash crop. It's a permanent crop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And also, to someone who doesn't know the song, it's a new song to that person.
Yes. But
So that's why it's also important that you, as an artist, you, you you don't get fed up of promoting your own songs.
no.
It's a continuous journey all the time.
Yes, sir. Because
Hmm.
his music are very tight copyright. Because if I play them on my show, they be mute. As soon as the show finish, they mute. Facebook mute. Right now, Facebook they block me from doing live shows because what
Exactly.
happened? Like I was talking to Tracy Christie. Sometimes she asked me to play the artist's music, and I said to her one day, I said, "Listen, I'm gonna try, but I'm getting problem with Facebook and YouTube because of copyright laws. So now I play the song Facebook. I can't play live on. I can't do no live on Facebook. But thank God, I always use my head. I got Twitch, I got Mixcloud, and I got YouTube. So right now, this show is on Mixcloud, Twitch, and YouTube streaming, 3 different platforms. So
Okay.
I got TikTok, but I don't have a TikTok stream key as yet. I got to do
Okay.
some more shows, and when I get stream key, so these things gonna be on TikTok, you know. But
Okay.
your music, I already put it in my catalog, you know what I mean? Because it's so nice and organic. I said I have to ask you. I got to send you my email so that I could get some more of your music. So when I'm playing Maveriq Mavo, I'm playing a good session so that people could get accustomed and know and understand what's going on. You don't want to play it three now and then later. You just more you play music,
Mm-hmm.
and more play it, get people get to understand it much more. You know what I mean? And all the way from South Africa, Cape Town, man, you carry in the mantle of Lucky Dube, man, because your videos and your stories and your music, it is so overwhelming because I've been looking at them on your Facebook and I see some tag on my page and I feel real great, especially to interview an artist all the way from Cape Town. I want to big up Shownomercy Promotion, you know what I mean, alongside Vibes Entertainment. You know, it's a plus, you know what I mean? And then staying up this hour at the morning and you get a great story and your music gonna reach far. It gonna you're gonna tour more than where you start touring, man. Cause so much people be listening, and then mouth to mouth advertisement is one of the most easiest thing you could get from mankind. Even though they get social media, because when somebody hear the interview, they say, listen, go on YouTube and listen to this guy Maveriq Mavo from Cape Town, and then it started to grow and grow and grow and grow. Yeah, like I said just now, you never know who look, who watching, who listening, and all these things, you know. So
Yeah. You never know.
other than music, right? Before I
Mm.
go down there, one of my best brass personal friend is Dean Fraser. You know Dean Fraser? One
Yes.
of the
Yo.
one of the most
Yo.
greatest saxophonists is my boy.
Number
You know what I
one.
mean? Yeah,
Number.
me and him text every morning, you know what I mean? Yeah. Me and
Is
Dean
it?
text every morning. Yeah man. Yeah man.
Man,
Dean. Yeah.
I would love, yo, he was one of the person I would love to share stage with. That's,
Yeah. Yeah.
yo.
I'll give you
Brother,
the
man.
link. I'm gonna give you the link, man. I'm gonna give you the link. And I'm gonna tell him
Right.
that I'm gonna expect a call from you. Yeah, man. I'm gonna make sure that happen, man. Dean is good, man. Real cool
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Yo, you know me and Brass. Yo, I would say we friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brass.
Brass is my
You,
best
you, you,
buddy.
he's a good bass player. We didn't call his name Leroy Sibbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he playing most of the Studio One tracks them and them thing. You know, very good bass player. You know, and
Hmm.
he's a bass player just like you. He's a singer songwriter, everything in one. You know, yeah. You know, so other than your music, what do you
Mm.
do other than music when you're in your like your relaxed time, chilling?
Chilling. I take a walk, brother. I like to take a walk and just be on my own, or move from Cape Town to Eastern Cape, my rural side, where it's a bit quiet, and just watch the cattle, cattle and the sheep, just that peace, you know, and I can't help it because the minute there's peace, there's a song coming. So, so now I have two phones. So just in case a battery dies in another one, I'm able to record in another one.
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing.
And
Not
also,
everybody get that gift. Not everybody get a gift, so you have to use it.
yeah, 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 yeah. And also, to listen to other radio stations that are playing reggae. You know, like for instance, today, okay, I've been into reggae since yesterday at yesterday my time, since yesterday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So change from this radio station to another radio station to another until I meet you. So now I'll be having 12 hours, more than 12 hours straight into reggae. Changing channel from one channel to another channel, listen to this person, blah, 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 blah. Because I like to surround myself with those who are in the same mission as me.
Yes, because when you put all together, you learn.
Yes.
Yes, everybody do their
Yes.
thing different, so you learn from that. You know.
Yeah. And then if it's not listening to music, even though it's partly listening to music, is to design, because these graphic designers, hey, they're giving us a hell lot of a problem. They can't stick to time, you know. So I like to design my own things if I can, try to design. If maybe I'm having an interview and then this radio station can't do a poster for me, and then I'll just, use a flyer maker myself and design it myself.
I do the same. Before
Yeah. So
I used to gotta pay designers a set of money to design, but I do everything I do myself.
yeah. So it's directly or indirectly, I'm always into music.
Yes, that's when there is music is a tie for you, and and as me too as a tie. I love music. I start when I started this back in 2000 was when 2020. I know
Mhm.
up there at a music line. I'm an executive producer. The wrong line, but the DJing I started in 2020. Start playing because I know the artists them start playing. Fast forward, I see interviews. I start ask questions. People pushing me around, and I just go on YouTube and sit down and learn. And I start with my interview next month, the 5th of October, we'll make a year. And I do everything myself, and I feel proud. I'm independent. I don't,
Yeah.
nobody helps me, you know what I mean? I help myself. So I got a 9 to 5. I got to go to work, come home, you know what I mean? So that's how I love music. I do this is my passion, you know what I mean? With my interviews, I always want to give, I say I'm going to come up with interviews, give artists an hour for explaining themselves because a lot of interviews I see, the artists, they only get like 10 minutes and they're rushing them. They can't get to sit comfortable and all the vibes and express themselves. So for me, I love music and I understand people need to express themselves and be comfortable with a host. You know what I mean? So this is my show, Vibes Entertainment. It's like you expressing yourself, relax. There's nobody to show me a signal and tell me that I got 2 minutes more or 3 minutes more. You know what I mean?
I know that vibe. I'd feel it. But three, two,
One. Yeah. You know what I mean? So are you an independent artist too?
yes, I am an independent artist. I'm not signed by any record label because I realize that, the terms and conditions, sometimes when you're thoroughly looking at them, you realize that this is already what I'm doing. You see? So I push my music in a sense that you will think that it's being pushed or is being marketed by a team, of which is not a team, it's only me. So I'm under that belief that at times people they don't get to know a song because they love it. They get to know a song because they are being forced to love it. They
Positive.
are hearing it constantly, and then they end up loving it. I'm having that notion. So, in a sense, that I cut my songs into different parts, and at a certain time, push this part, okay, and see how it goes, and then push another part. So if this part didn't catch you, I'm sure by the time that the pieces of the song, are all separated, there's a part that you will love in that song, which draws you back into you loving the whole song. So signing me will be a record label coming with something that I am unable to do myself.
You know, I respect independent artists because the record label, sometimes when you sign with them, they lock you down for 5 years. You can't even do nothing. You know, you're on in tiger mouth. You know what I mean? But when you're independent, like you said, sometimes you want to go out and play, and the amount of money, you don't get enough money to work with a band. You could go by yourself and reach another band, which is more economical for you. You will still get a piece of the pie. But if the price is not right, you know what I mean, based upon the bookings, you can't carry a band. So when you're independent, you could make your own decision. You know what I mean? Exactly. Because when you get a label, management going to say, no, this can't work, you don't have a show. Because they're coming up right. But when you're independent, let me say, when you get a management, your fee is 20,000. The people that want to get 20,000, the show can't go on. But as an independent artist, say, listen, I'm going to give you 15. You say, okay, deal, you gone. Because you don't know, you don't have management or nobody else to cut. You gone because you're independent. You know what I mean? You could negotiate, you know what I mean, and tell her, listen, this is only for now, the next time, but make sure all the documents and everything sign up, make sure everything is right.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah, because promoters are very smart if you don't know what you're doing. They would eat you inside out and give you a sad story. You know what I mean?
Yes. Hence, this is, I won't say it's my 9 to 5, it's my every minute job.
24/7, 48/14, you know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, music took me away from being a school principal because I couldn't deliver 100% to the children because my mind was in music all the time. So I ended up coming from school, and then when I reflect, what did I do today? I couldn't tell what I did I do to the school, So I thought, hey, one day this will get me into trouble. So instead of getting myself into trouble, let me just concentrate into music and see where it's taking me. So yeah, so far I know it's not easy, because sometimes, when you have children and all, you have to take care of them as well. It means whatever bit of a cent that I have, I have to manage it very well. And I will say kinda monthly pay myself and survive, So yeah. So when you have promoters who don't understand that, like you said, when you have promoters who don't understand that, you might lose a job because they don't understand that.
Yeah, there's some very skillful promoters. I was listening to Errol Duntley recently, went to Japan, promoter K, he and some other artists there. He had to come on TikTok and say he's not doing no more shows because the promoter goosing them. You know what I mean? So he says he's going home back to Jamaica. So that's why now, when you're independent, you gotta make sure, if you're dealing with promoters, you gotta make sure you get a contract. You know what I mean? So when you sign a contract with them, they can't push you around. You know?
Exactly, exactly. If it's not on paper, then it's vapor. You can't work word of mouth. It doesn't work that way.
No, no, you
It
know.
doesn't work that way at all. It doesn't work that way.
So,
So yeah,
how long you been playing bass?
I started playing bass since 1989.
Woo, woo. Oh, I got a four-string bass and a rhythm guitar in my studio right now. I'm now
Mm.
learning because when I used to go to school, I always say I wish I could beat myself, man. I never really take the music that serious in school, even though we used to do it in theory. Every Wednesday you used to get piano practice, but was one piano, so you never used to get the opportunity for go. By the time the piano is time, the period bell ring and you gotta go. But the writing, I know the writing, but then to play it, I don't know it. You know, but I'm still
You need to
learning.
you need to practice. It takes time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you don't practice, that means you won't polish the skill. Initially, I fell in love with the reggae strumming before bass. Hence, my mother bought me an acoustic guitar. Then I started with the strumming, and all
Chaka,
that.
chaka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so that I was so fascinated. In
I
fact,
also
I'm
got
still
a
fascinated.
acoustic. I also got a
Yeah,
acoustic there too.
yeah. But the problem is that when it comes to composing, ne, it's not the strumming that first comes into mind to me. It's either is the bass line or the lyrics. And in most of the times is the bass line. That's what made me switch to bass because
Yes.
I want to play these things that are happening inside me, myself, you know.
The, the,
So
the, the sweetness about good reggae is the drum and the bass. The drum and the
exactly,
bass. That's the sweetness about the reggae. Any good reggae starts with the drum and the bass.
exactly. So if those are tight, then everything does gel. Does gel.
Everything else coming. After the drum and the bass, then I get the keyboard. I check it. I check it. I check it. And then the keyboard is out. I bring the
Yeah,
keyboard again.
that's
And
just
vibes.
devices, additions,
You know what I mean?
addition
then,
to the
then
main thing.
keyboard again,
So
then bringing the precaution and start chickening precautions. I give you some precaution, you know what I mean?
yeah, but most of the time when I'm a studio, ne, and then there's a bass player, ne, I will just sing the bass for the bass player, and then the bass player will play it. But if I feel he's not really into, you know, what I was singing, ne, I won't tell him then. I know that when it's night time, I will go back to the studio and play it myself. At times you have to, take care of other people's feelings. So hence it's
Good.
important for me to 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 assemble when it comes to the backing pen, to assemble people who understand reggae.
Yes, because a lot of people cannot play reggae because even to in America, the
Mhm.
down south, the reggae that they play is a different reggae,
They
right?
yeah, they taking it for granted.
The reggae
They
music
think
they
they
play is
think it's
different.
easy to play reggae,
It's not. It's not.
especially the jazz guys. The jazz guys, they think it's easy because you play a few notes, you stick in one note, but that rhythm is not blues where you move all the time, blah blah blah, finishing the whole frets of a bass. No, 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 no. That rhythm is that constant repetition. It needs a feeling.
I always got
It,
to get
it,
a
it
feeling. I always got to get a
it's a
feeling.
groove. Yeah, it's a groove.
Trust me, we're saying 100%. It's a groove. You gotta feel it. You know, you gotta feel it. You know, you gotta sit. You gotta sit down on the rhythm. You know, reggae. When you're playing bass like if you smoke weed and you feel lazy, you lay back and you're just rubbing the bass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Lazy feeling. You're rubbing it. You know, there's not no speed, nothing. You gotta feel it. You know.
You are the driver. You are the driver, and then comes the drum being the wheels, you know, and then everyone else are the passengers in this journey, you know. You just it's mellow, yeah, you're sailing, yeah. I feel you. I understand.
Yeah. So you say you went to some other countries and performed for reggae festival, Tanzania, and those. How were you accepted? How was the reception in those countries?
Brother man, at first now I will say I paved my way, you know, sourcing out the radio stations that are there, you know, that play reggae, you know, and dish out my music so that at least my music is being played there, right? So by the time I got there, then by the way, I live in social networks. I live there because that's where I know most of the people are. So by the time I got there in Tanzania, people, they were having an idea of my songs. And luckily for me, the Uhuru FM, the station, I mean the radio presenter that pushed the music, né, is also a presenter of a TV station. So they were also going to broadcast in the very same festival.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, so a way was paved already. So by the time I got there, then the people, they were feeling the music, you know, even though they don't understand what am I talking about, you know. But and then I you know, the call and response thing, you know, you see, you engage the audience, even though they do not understand. You know, to me, I see it. It's more of a feeling. The feeling will make you understand.
Well, that's the greatness of reggae music. Even though sometimes they don't understand the drum and the bass that you give into them, and them arms get them scanting from left to right. You know what I'm saying? And they're feeling the vibes at the rhythm. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, and the band that I reached there, né, we were supposed to rehearse with them for 5 days, né? And then, so on the very same day that I arrived, I wanted to meet with them, né? And then, according to the program, it was a meet and greet situation, né? But when I was there, all the band members were there, and they wanted us to work there and then. Fine, you know, like I said, soldiers don't sleep, always ready. Boom. And I was like, yo, these guys, they play these songs as if they understand the language. And then I ended up asking them, who was singing? Apparently the drummer was singing. Do you understand this close? No, I don't. But I feel.
That's the beauty. That's the connection, the spiritual connection. And I mean, music. You see, when you find a group that love what they're doing, you have to find a group that love what they're doing, you know, and then you as the artist, you brings out the motivation from the players. Them is based upon how you performing at the front, you know. They helping you and you helping them. So the spiritual connection together, they're gonna sing because you performing. You know what I mean? You don't go in on the stage. Some people go on the stage and they're just cold. You know what I mean? They ain't get no vibes. You know what I'm saying? But when you go there and you present yourself. Stage performance got a lot to do with shows, especially you get band. You have to know the
Exactly.
craft. It's a craft. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not. Being on stage is not a child's play.
No. No.
Composing is a different thing. Recording is a different thing. Marketing is a different thing. But being on stage, your live performance takes you to another live performance. You
Positive.
know? Yeah. So you do your best. You better do your best.
All the time. All the
Yeah.
time.
So when I went to Malawi, I had two festivals there in Malawi with the very same band, the Tough Lions band. So it was fun because they also doing reggae. They are a reggae band. That's why I always emphasize that if you want me to use a band and come to your venue and all, it should be a reggae band, not just any musician. It should be a reggae band. Don't tell me no, this guy can play. No, no, no. But does he understand reggae? If they don't understand reggae, get me people who understand reggae. I don't want frustration far away from home and then end up.
It's not easy. It's not easy. You know.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah. So
you never get a chance to go to Ethiopia as yet. Ethiopia get a
I
good reggae culture, you know. Very good reggae culture.
yes, but I touched the airport.
Yeah. That's
When I went to
good.
Tanzania, I took a flight from Cape Town to Joburg, Joburg to Addis Ababa, and then we had to stay in Addis Ababa for about 3 hours waiting for another flight. And I was so happy moving around, just being,
That's nice. That's
just being,
nice. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's
So
a good
yeah,
vibe.
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
reggae. That's reggae.
You know, it's a joy and a pleasure having you on this program. Um, I want to congratulate you on your success and each and everything that you do within the music, and continue to spread your music
Mm.
to the world. Like I said, you're a trooper. You're ready every time. So whenever you get a show, and when this big show comes, just give me a call. Let me come take a tour with you, man, and open for you. When I say open, MC for you. You know, bring you out on stage live. You know what I mean? You know, get a different
Where are you
atmosphere
based so
feel.
that I know? Where are you based so that I
I'm
know when
I'm
I'm there?
brace I'm
That
bracing I'm bracing I'm based in New Jersey.
in
New
New Jersey,
Jersey. Yes. I'm in the
US.
USA. Yes, I'm in New Jersey.
No worries, no worries, brother man. Something is coming out there. Something is. I don't want to say what, but there's something in the pipeline that is coming out that side. So yeah,
Yeah, man, just let me know early so I could make myself available, you know? And I'm gonna send you my email,
okay,
and I also gonna send you Dean number, and I'm gonna leave Dean a voicemail and tell him that you want to talk to him. And then I'm gonna let you know, okay, he expecting a call from you. And yeah. Yeah,
yeah. You know
yeah.
another call when you're talking about calls, ne? One call that made I was so happy. I saw a post ne, of what's his name? This Lovers Rock elder.
Who Barry Salmon?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was a number there then, and then I sent him my music. You know what he called? Video call.
That's nice, man. That's nice.
And I was like, okay. The first question, where are you from?
Yeah.
I'm in Cape Town, South Africa.
Mm.
And he went, wow,
Yeah.
yo. And hey, I didn't know what to say.
That's nice, man. That's nice.
Honestly,
I know him personal too, you know. I used to bodyguard him, you know. Yeah, Barris. I used to bodyguard Barris. I know him personal too, man. Real nice guy. Cool.
I
Yeah.
didn't know what to say, brother. I didn't know. I'm still not knowing what to say to him even now.
Yeah. That's a good call, man. That's an excellent call, you know. Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, that's what you get, Yeah, I mean, the acceptance, the world acceptance, it's so amazing. I didn't expect it to be like this.
You know. You see that that's
So
the,
that's
that's
why
the, that's the beauty.
I'm very much
That's the
appreciative.
beauty with
I'm very much
communication. Show no mercy promotion, Tracy Christie. You don't know, give thanks and praise unto the Most High.
big up
Maveriq
Tracy.
Mavo. Yes, Tracy. Yes, I. Canadian family? Yeah. Mama Tracy. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's my sister from another mother, man. Real nice human being, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She makes checking me early this morning. She said, make sure you do my song check for me, please. I said, okay, I got it. I said, I got it. She said, yeah, I got it. You know what I mean? It's a joy. Yeah. Man,
So yeah,
anything you get pertaining to promotions, if you get videos or ads or anything, just send it to my email and I'm gonna advertise it for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. I'm gonna advertise because I do interviews on the weekend, but I play music during the week.
okay.
I play music during the week. You know, yeah, I got different times. I play different type of music. You know,
Mhm.
yes, I got a lot of followers. You know,
Okay.
yeah. So I got that.
So I also should know when do you play so that I schedule myself and listen to you as
Yeah,
well.
I'm gonna send you the links. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna send you the links. Yeah, yeah, man. You
Yes.
know, big up Cape Town all the time. You know, that's a place. Those are places I need to go because I was to go to not Senegal, this other country, Kenya. I was to go to Kenya last year, but I didn't get the vocation for my job. You know,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So because that's my job, I depend on. When somebody sign me and give me a big contract, then I could say, okay, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I could move or what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when you bust big and you touring and we get 20, 30 shows, I could leave my job and go and just MC. You know what I mean? Yeah, tour. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? You
Exactly.
know what I mean? Tour the part all over Africa. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Thanks to keeping up this hour like 2 o'clock in the morning. After let you go, you have to catch your rest and respect and manners. Welcome to Vibes Entertainment. Maveriq Mavo. You know what I mean? Cape Town, born and raised Cape Town, South Africa. My name is DJ Biggadeteacha all the way from Newark, New Jersey. Yes, I want
Yes.
everyone, each and everyone, thanks very much for tuning in.
Maximum
Mixcloud,
thanks.
Twitch,
Maximum
YouTube.
thanks.
There's anybody that you want to shout out to, my brother?
Tracy, DJ Biggadeteacha, the two of you, show no mercy promotions. One love. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this more over and over and over and over. Yes, I give
Yeah,
thanks.
respect and manners, man. Give thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, one love. Yes.
Right.
Good morning. Yeah. All right, brother.
Good evening.
Yeah. Give thanks.
Give thanks.
All right. Yeah, man.